Hello, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, please like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help to promote my channel. I hope that I do get some comments because I'm looking forward to seeing what you think. Thank you and enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a cutting board. This is just going to be decorative. I have two inspirations. I have this one, which is like watercolor, floral. I think that might look nice. And I also found these napkins, pictures of a napkin that I thought would be nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up my cutting board with the resin, which I have my resin in here. And I have a white pigment powder so that I can have a white background. Of course, this is going to be decorative. It's not going to be usable for a cutting board. Okay, and I realized I didn't tell you guys how much resin I used. So this was 8 ounces of resin. And if you notice, if you can see around the edges, there's enough edge left for me to put a top coat on here after we put our embellishment or designs on there. So 8 ounces of resin, colored white, so it's not going to be transparent this time. I just want to do it this way for this example so we can see how we would create a design. Okay, so it's the next day. Our resin is cured. So now I have my collection of flowers. I have some green for my leaves. I'm going to use 1 or 2 of these big flowers. Remember, this was our original inspiration. So this is our inspiration. Here's some pinks, some blues, orange and yellows, and purples. And I got these from Amazon. Okay. So if you look, we don't have to have it exactly like the picture, of course. You want to be careful when you're opening these because they're upside down. Watch. You have this little protective film on it. Hold that film down so they don't go everywhere. And you see how these flowers are folded? If you get some and you can't fold it down, don't keep trying because you see how that's breaking? Just take another one and put it on top of there. Move this back on an angle. Take that little piece out, and there we go. Okay, so we got the blues kind of in the background, and if you notice, we have something that needs to go in the corner and then on top. So we're going to finish the background. I don't want to have the same style of flower everywhere, so I'm going to do something different here. I don't know what. Hey guys, so what I'm going to do is pour this resin very slowly, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. This is to anchor down our embellishments, and I think everything's in the picture. A different view of how this is looking right now. This is what we have. We have our little fairy in here. Butterflies. And we're about to do what I call the anchoring of our embellishment. So I'm going to bring it back to the other side. Alright, so here we go. So whenever I have a project that has a lot of stuff that probably would tend to float, I'm going to anchor it. So just drizzle. Drizzle them down. Let them know I expect them to stay in this place. Yeah, I'm laughing. Laugh out loud. But this is how I do it. So if you've had a project and it is so frustrating because after you get everything designed the way you want it to, everything was floating away, well, I'm just guessing you didn't do this step. Now this paper too, it's going to have air in it, but check it out, because I'm not going to submerge it. I'm just going to like cover it. That air will have an opportunity to get out. So notice how I'm going from the bottom. Now go to the middle. And this is another piece, this little fairy here. She might give you some action. But just go to the middle. And if you run out of resin, that's okay. Actually, it's a good thing. If you run out of resin, don't even make any more. Let this dry. Oh, little flower. Yeah, I wanted to see that little flower. Let this dry and then you'll do your coat. So consider it a good thing if you run out. Again, we're just anchoring the flowers in place. And as much as I want to go and get those orange flowers, I'm going to be patient. You can see already the difference. Once the resin gets on there, it really, brings our picture together. Because at first it looked like, what in the world? I think that's what you guys were thinking. But I hope you're thinking now, oh, she has a method to her madness. Again, I guess, I've seen those, what do you call it? Cutting boards. They have like a little saying on them, which is cool, but I kind of, my claim to my art is that I like to have unique pieces. And also, when I design my pieces, I don't have a template, as you see. Anything can happen during the designing process. So that's another thing I like to be able to say, that, if I make a piece for one of my customers, I can't make another one exactly the same. I can make one similar, but they won't be exactly the same because I don't have a template. There's nothing measuring the distance between this and that, and how many yellow flowers, how many blue flowers. You guys just witnessed my process. It's like it just comes together as it comes together. Alright, so I really kind of want to stop here because that way air bubbles can have a chance to get out. I like the bottom to be pretty much done. See that? Runaway thing. And that is why I don't want to do the flood right now. Because the more resin you have, the more your pieces will have the opportunity to run away. And when you see them running away, you just plop them right back down. Okay, so I'm going to get my torch now. But first I want to wipe my hands on some paper towel. Even though my torch is no stranger to resin, you'll see. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just go over this very quickly and pop those bubbles and let it sit. Okay. And I don't want to put any more resin. I'm going to leave that much resin. It's enough to anchor everything down. And it's enough for the embellishments to float, but you know it's still dry. I'm really trying to lock these guys down. Enough with the floating. Okay, you guys, so we're going to stop here. We'll be back when this layer dries. Okay, we're back. It's been a few hours. You can see the point of just drizzling that resin. And that was to tack all of our embellishments down so we don't have all those air bubbles. And now everything is pretty much sealed, coated all through our cutting board. So the next thing we're going to do, I had to figure it out while I've been waiting. So, like if you look at this top portion, give me a minute while I adjust the camera upward. Sorry. So our top portion of our cutting board is kind of naked there. I was thinking I was going to add some color, maybe some glitter. But then, you know, after I thought about it, there's so much going on at the bottom. We don't want to saturate it or make it overbearing. So I decided, you remember I showed you the transparency film. So I cut this out with transparency film. And I'm going to, when we pour this final layer, I'm going to sit this up here and we'll see how that looks. So hold on, let me make the resin and we'll place our final piece. Be back. Hey guys, sorry, I just realized my camera was off. And so you didn't get to see me add the rest of the embellishments. Alright, so I'm getting ready to add that last layer of resin. And that's it. Next time you see it, we'll be taking it out the mold. Alright, you guys, so here we go. This is what she's really looking like. I really, really enjoy making pieces that, you know, remind me of fairies and fantasy and peace. I like peace pieces, if that makes any sense. So this is what she's looking like. Happiness is homemade. Try not to get the light on it. I hope you guys can see the depth of this piece. And I know it's kind of hard from this angle. So the next time you're going to see this piece, it's going to be out of the mold. I'm going to bring it outside and take some pictures. And I just want to say thank you if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.